Far from the bustling cities and modern conveniences of the developed world lies one of the most remote and inhospitable places on Earth, the Kerguelen Islands. Located in the desolate expanse of the southern Indian Ocean, over 3,300 kilometers, 2,000 miles, from Madagascar and nearly equidistant from Antarctica, these windswept islands remain one of the last true frontiers of isolation. Known as the Desolation Islands, the Kerguelen archipelago is a vast and rugged landscape shaped by millennia of geological activity, relentless winds, and an unforgiving climate. Despite its harsh environment, this remote outpost has played a crucial role in scientific research, historical exploration, and the ongoing study of Earth's changing climate. The Kerguelen Islands are a French overseas territory, part of the French Southern and Antarctic Lands, TAAF, and are administratively managed from Réunion, a far more temperate island in the Indian Ocean. The archipelago itself consists of a main island, Grande Terre, which is roughly the size of Corsica, along with nearly 300 smaller islands and islets scattered across the surrounding waters. The islands were first discovered in 1772 by the French navigator Yves-Joseph de Kerguelen during an expedition to chart new lands. Though he initially believed he had found a rich and fertile territory, subsequent expeditions quickly revealed the brutal reality. Kerguelen is a land of extremes, defined by year-round cold temperatures, violent westerly winds, and near-constant precipitation. With no native human inhabitants and no indigenous land mammals, it remains one of the most untouched ecosystems on Earth, save for the impacts of past whaling and sealing operations. What makes the Kerguelen Islands so uniquely isolated is their sheer inaccessibility. Unlike other remote locations that can at least be reached by air, there is no airstrip or landing field on the islands, making ship travel the only means of reaching them. The primary vessel servicing Kerguelen is the French research and supply ship, the Marion Dufresne, which makes the journey from Réunion roughly 4 times a year. The voyage takes several days, and due to the unpredictable and often treacherous conditions of the Southern Ocean, the journey can be perilous. This limited access, combined with the island's extreme weather conditions, ensures that only a handful of people, mostly scientists, military personnel, and support staff, ever set foot on Kerguelen in any given year. The climate of Kerguelen is classified as subpolar oceanic, characterized by persistently cold, wet, and windy conditions. Summer temperatures rarely exceed 10 degrees Celsius, 50 degrees Fahrenheit, while winter temperatures hover just above freezing. Rain, sleet, and snow are frequent occurrences, and the winds, often exceeding gale force, howl across the barren landscapes with relentless fury. Unlike Antarctica, which is covered in ice, Kerguelen's terrain is dominated by tundra, rocky outcrops, and glaciers, particularly on the western side of the main island. The Cook Glacier, one of the most prominent glacial formations in the region, is a stark reminder of the island's harsh and ancient geological past. Despite its inhospitable climate, Kerguelen is home to a surprisingly diverse range of flora and fauna, many of which have adapted to the extreme conditions. The islands are an important breeding ground for numerous seabird species, including petrels, albatrosses, and skuas. The surrounding waters teem with marine life, including orcas, elephant seals, and fur seals. One of the most significant ecological impacts on Kerguelen came from human-introduced species, particularly rabbits, rats, and reindeer, which were brought to the islands by early explorers and settlers. These introduced species have had profound consequences on the native vegetation and wildlife, leading to efforts to control their populations and restore the island's natural balance. The main human presence on Kerguelen today is at the research station of Port-aux-Français, a small isolated settlement located on the eastern coast of Grande Terre. The station serves as the logistical hub for scientific studies on topics such as glaciology, meteorology, marine biology, and climate change. The researchers and support staff stationed at Port-aux-Français rotate in and out with each resupply mission, spending months at a time in one of the most secluded places on the planet. Life at the station is challenging, with limited contact with the outside world, a reliance on imported supplies, and the constant battle against the elements. However, for those who choose to work on Kerguelen, the rewards are immense: access to one of the most pristine environments on Earth, and the opportunity to contribute to vital scientific research that helps us understand the planet's past, present, and future. Historically, Kerguelen has been visited by explorers, whalers, and sealers, many of whom came seeking valuable resources in the harsh Antarctic waters. The late 18th and 19th centuries saw extensive sealing operations, with fur seals and elephant seals hunted nearly to extinction. Whaling ships also frequented the region, exploiting its abundant marine life before moving on to richer waters. The remnants of these early industries can still be seen in the form of abandoned shelters and rusted equipment scattered across the islands. Today, the focus has shifted from exploitation to conservation, with strict regulations in place to protect Kerguelen's fragile ecosystem. In addition to its scientific importance, the Kerguelen Islands hold a unique place in geopolitical history. As a French possession, they serve as an important strategic point in the Southern Hemisphere, particularly for maritime monitoring and satellite tracking. The island's remote location also makes them an ideal site for certain types of astronomical and atmospheric research, including studies on cosmic radiation and the effects of climate change on remote ecosystems. France has maintained a consistent presence on Kerguelen as part of its broader efforts to support scientific exploration in the polar and subpolar regions, ensuring that this remote outpost remains an active site for discovery and study. Despite its extreme isolation, Kerguelen has captured the imagination of adventurers, writers, and scientists alike. The islands have been the subject of numerous travelogues, scientific papers, and even fictional stories, often depicted as a symbol of ultimate remoteness. For those who do visit, the experience is unforgettable, a journey to the edge of the world, where the forces of nature reign supreme, and where human presence is but a fleeting whisper against the vast and ancient landscape. The future of the Kerguelen Islands remains uncertain, particularly in the face of climate change. Rising global temperatures and shifting ocean currents could have profound effects on the region's ecosystems, particularly its glaciers and marine life. However, as one of the least disturbed places on Earth, Kerguelen also provides a valuable baseline for understanding these environmental changes. Ongoing research efforts will be crucial in monitoring these transformations and ensuring that the islands remain a protected and pristine environment for future generations. In the grand scheme of human civilization, the Kerguelen Islands may seem like an insignificant speck in the vast Southern Ocean, a place where few will ever set foot. Yet their remoteness and isolation make them one of the most fascinating locations on Earth. A place where the past, present, and future of our planet converge in a landscape of breathtaking beauty and formidable challenge. Whether as a site of scientific discovery, a refuge for wildlife, or simply a symbol of humanity's enduring curiosity, Kerguelen stands as a testament to the power and mystery of the natural world.